Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. This video number 3. If you haven't seen my other 2 videos, make sure you go check those out. But without further ado, my name is Tavon Diggs, and today we're going to be talking about how to build credit from scratch. I'm going to take you from a 0 credit score all the way up to a 600 plus credit score in the next 90 days if you apply these tips that I'm going to give you right here. All right, so let's just jump right into it. So now, the first type of account that's going to help you build your credit is called credit builder accounts. And these are newer types of accounts that they've come out with over the last few years. We have Kickoff, Meet Ava, Self. You have Rent Reporters. You have Credit Strong. You have a couple others. I didn't list them all here, but these are 3 that'll get you started on your credit building journey. Okay, and the first one is going to be Kickoff, and this is super easy that anybody at any income level can get into because it starts off at $5 a month, and it'll report a minimum of 750 Kickoff trade line to your credit profile, which is going to report every single month when you pay that fee, when you pay that $5 a month on time. Okay, and the best part about it is there's no credit check, and it reports to all 3 credit bureaus, and you can track it on the website to make sure you can see, all your analytics and everything, the utilization that they're showing on your credit profile, and you can actually pull your credit report right inside the Kickoff platform. So that's actually really cool. And then the next one is going to be Meet Ava. Meet Ava is another platform very similar to Kickoff, but they just have different products, right? So here you can use their credit builder loan, and you can set aside $25 to $100 a month and pay into a loan that you will get back after your term is over, okay, with no interest taken out or anything like that. But you will, as you're making these on-time payments, this is also going to be reporting to your credit profile to help you build your credit score. Okay, and then self is actually really cool because you can use self to report your rent and your utilities, which is also going to, which is things that you have to pay every single month. You're going to pay every single month anyway, right? Most likely on time, right? So, so these are accounts that can help you, that like this is new type of stuff that wasn't able to be used before. Now they're actually allowing you to be able to report your rent payments as an account on your credit profile. So that's a hack that almost anybody can get into because you're paying your rent, right? Okay, so you can sign up for self, and you can get your rent reported, and then you're also paying your utilities, right? Okay, so you can sign up for self and get your utilities reported to your credit profile. And that's, that's going to be extremely helpful for you when, moving forward, just being able to add these other accounts on there to be able to help build your credit profile out. So, number 2, piggybacking hacks, right? So piggybacking is basically just a term that indicates benefiting off of somebody else's credit score or credit account or credit trade line, right? What you're going to be doing is you're going to be asking someone to add you as an authorized user. Something that I've personally done. I had my pop add me as an authorized user on a couple of his accounts, which has helped my credit score tremendously. And that was actually one of the things I've done. I did a couple years ago, just educating my dad on how to do it, what the benefits were for me, and the risks that he didn't have to worry about. Because if you talk to any older person about doing anything with any of their credit accounts, they're like, no, absolutely not, hard no, right? But this is a situation where they can actually help you, and they don't have to worry about it having an impact on their personal credit. Now, should you do this, right, and become an authorized user, you still can be negatively impacted in the event that they make a large purchase and runs their utilization up on that credit card account, because that will then impact your credit profile. Okay, if they have a late payment, that will then affect your credit profile. So again, please make sure that when you ask somebody to be an authorized user on their account, that you do your due diligence in making sure that this is somebody that is extremely anal and making sure that their payments are on time. Now, granted, life happens. I know stuff happens. So, it is what it is. But you want to do your best to try to avoid situations like that uh, when you're choosing to be an authorized user on somebody else's account. Now, the second option you have is getting a trade line, which is a purchase option, right? Which is generally going to be for somebody who has a little bit more money up front to be able to utilize, right? Maybe you're going to go buy a car, maybe you're trying to get approved for a house and you just need your credit score boosted up. So getting a trade line from a reputable company is going to be one of the safer routes for you to get a credit boost and also benefit from, get once you use that get your credit boosted, you'll be able to utilize those lending opportunities such as getting a car or getting a house, right? And with trade lines, generally when you're buying them through a company, there's certain requirements that the credit card holders actually have to abide by in order for them to be a card holder on that platform. So one of the benefits there is that you don't have to worry about, or you shouldn't have to worry about, uh, higher utilization, any late payments or things like that coming onto your credit profile without your knowledge, right? And then also remember that trade line purchases are temporary. They are a short term fix. I'm talking like 2 to 3 months of them being on your credit profile because you're using them for a specific reason. So always make sure that you're very strategic on buying trade lines and using them for a specific reason. Okay. So on to the next one right here. So to now we're talking about secure credit options, right? I'm sure you may or may not have heard of secure credit cards. Now, a secure credit card is where you use your cash as collateral. Okay, it's not the same as going and applying for a credit card and they give you a credit card with money on it, and you don't have to give them anything in return right off the bat, right? Because they're giving you an unsecured card. Now, this is secured. Your money is funding this, okay? And then you're going to use that card like a regular credit card. You're going to get a bill in the mail each month, or to your email each month. That's going to tell you how much your payment is. And as you continue to make payments on that card, and you show responsible habits like keeping the utilization low when it's reporting to your accounts, then most institutions over time will eventually graduate you up to a unsecured credit card, okay, with a limit, and then they'll give you your money back. Okay, so those are a couple options for people who are, looking to get started and building their credit, that don't have good credit history, don't have any credit history, and they just want to get started. But I wanted to create these disclaimers for you guys because this is a real issue, right? Like a lot of times we get access to information like this, and then we take it and we take advantage of it, and then we burn the opportunities that we have or we had, if we had used better judgment and made better decisions, right? Like you're not getting access to these credit cards or these credit accounts. Now, granted, you can't do a whole lot with the credit builder accounts to like jack it up, except for not paying it on time, right? Because the whole plan here is you're building your credit. So you need to be setting reminders for yourself. If you're not used to having a credit card or monthly payments or things like that, you need to set up reminders for yourself. And you also, it would benefit from having an auto pay feature set up for those accounts as well. If you're not in a position to financially put it on auto pay, you need to be setting reminders and you need to be paying attention to those reminders. You need to be tracking how much money you're spending. You need to make sure that when you're using these cards that you're only using it with money, like using it with money in mind that you already have, right? Like you're not out here using this as an extension of your own money and then running up bills that you cannot pay for when the bill comes, in addition to your bills that you already have to pay. Okay. The goal for this entire series, the goal for all of my education is to get my viewers and my followers to a position where they can actually fund the things that they want to do, right? If you want to start a business and you need to be, listen, it's 2025. Everybody can see what's happening right now. Inflation is crazy, food is expensive, rent is high, everything is expensive. And the average person's paycheck is not covering everything they need to get done. And you're actually, you're paycheck to paycheck, if not paycheck to, just, not even making it to the next paycheck because it's not carrying, right? And so we are creating these assets for ourselves so that we can use this money to invest it. We are getting out of a consumer mindset. That is the entire goal of any and everything that I'm putting out, or any other financial educator out here. Our goal is to get you in the investor mindset. You're not out here to just spend this money on these cards. You are building a portfolio for yourself to take to the banks and go rob them legally. Like, that is what we're doing. Okay? Because as a start off entrepreneur or investor, it's not going to be easy to get your hands on money unless you have established credit history. It's not. It's going to be a runaround. It's going to be denials, repeat denials, and you're not going to know why. But it's going to be because you haven't established your credit history. You have little blemishes on there. Like, this is not something that can be played around with, and it's very serious. Like, your payment history needs to be perfect. Like, there can't be a late payment on there. They're not going to give you money. Excuse me. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there because I want to ignite change in my community, in my viewers and my followers' lives. Like, I want to ignite change. So in order to change, we had to stop doing things that we were doing before, and start looking at things a little differently and start moving differently so that we can create different results for ourselves. All right. So quick recap on today, right? If you're going to build your credit from scratch, we're going to go out and get credit builder accounts, or we're going to get, some authorized user accounts, right? Family members, friends, somebody you can trust, somebody that is anal with their credit, right? So that you don't end up in a situation where you got a bunch of late payments or something like that from being an authorized user on somebody's account that isn't truly responsible with their money, right? And then 3, secure credit card options. Like, you can go out and save up some money, put it on a secure credit card, and start building up your own credit history, even if you have poor credit. So these are all options that anybody can utilize. If you never had a credit card before, if you're starting from scratch, you had to clean it up, this is for you. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate everybody that took their time to, sit with me and listen. And I hope that you are taking notes and you utilize all of this, because you can't benefit from this until you actually go take the steps. So I need you to get off of here and go open up an account for yourself in one of those 3 ways that I showed you. Okay. And if you know somebody that needs a trade line, credit repair services, or needs business funding, shoot me a message and I'll be happy to get you started. All right. Peace.